Hi, my name is Renee Kennedy, and I was asked to share with you about our community work that we are doing through our public library in providing services to help adults with their literacy needs. What is a supportive community? As our title indicated, we are trying to support one another in our community as God has called us to by loving others with our time and our talents. The mission of our program is that we would provide professional and confidential tutoring in reading and writing to help learners in the community reach their literacy goals. Adult literacy programs has initiated many strategies to address the literacy needs in our community. Today I will highlight the three in the graphic on here: family literacy, computer classes, but most importantly, one-on-one tutoring. So first of all, one-on-one tutoring is the core of our services. This program would not exist if we did not have our volunteers, and we strive to nurture them within our community with all the materials they need, training, workshops, and also appreciative moments. When an individual requests help with reading and writing, we offer them our services. We start with a basic assessment, we pair them with a volunteer tutor, and they meet weekly for an hour and a half for a minimum of 6 months. Based on the assessment and the goals they have set, we provide the best suited materials. I'd like to share with you an example of one of the individuals who came to us at the library asking for reading and writing help. She had graduated from the local high school, but she still could not read or write. But inside, she was a poet. When we asked during the assessment if she would give us a writing sample, she declined, but she asked, "Can I share with you one of my poems?" And so the director sat down at the computer and typed while she recited a beautiful poem. She pressed print and handed this individual a printed copy of her poem. She was nearly in tears as she expressed that this was the very first time one of her poems was in print. She was matched with an amazing tutor, perfect for her needs. And in this situation, I definitely felt that God's hand was part of the whole process. Her tutor has helped her develop her reading and writing skills. She started a job, and within 6 months, she is writing her own poems, and she entered one of her poems, one of our annual anthologies. Last September, she read her poem in front of a group of people, and I would like to share a quote from her poem. "If it were not for hope, I would have given up a long time ago." And in the photo, you can see some copies of our annual anthologies. Another need is digital literacy. We offer computer classes that address the needs of those who need to improve their digital literacy skills. I'd like to share an example with you about a gentleman who came to us asking for help. He needed help with his digital literacy because as a janitor, all communication had been verbal until they decided that from now on, they were going to use email. This man did not know how to use email. He didn't know how to retrieve them, how to send them, and he needed to improve his reading and writing skills in order to read the messages and write back. After 6 months, he was able to improve these skills in order to keep his job. Finally, I'd like to share with you about family literacy. This is a program that supports those adult learners who have children. The goal is to create a love for learning for the whole family, a love for books, and to create a strong bond between family members. Each meeting is structured in such a way as to model to the parents how to make learning fun and interactive. Each time that we decide on a book, my team, we work very closely together to dive deep into that book and to figure out how to make that book come alive, what games to play, what activities to do, whether it's science or art or writing. We work very hard to create a fun and interactive day. And we also make sure that the parents leave with tips on how to use this book when they go home with it. I'd like to share a little bit about parent time. You can see in this photo, there's one of our leaders is surrounded by parents, and that is a close community of people who talk to one another about their family needs, and also for our leaders to share with them how to use the book and whatever we're learning that day, how to really encourage their children to do more with it at home. One time during our discussion, a parent shared that they were very concerned about their child on the internet and how do they keep their children safe. All the other parents agreed that this was definitely one of their top concerns. So we invited a professor from the local college to come and present an internet safety class for our parents, and they loved it. So those are some of the ways that we help parents, specifically on the needs that they share with us. Other examples might be parent-teacher conferences, that it's not a time to be afraid, but a time to ask questions and be supported by the teacher. So we have some pictures of some opportunities that parents have had to really have fun with their children. Recently, we did the book Jumanji, and we encouraged the children to create their own game. When the parents came back after parent time, they came in and saw what their children had been working on, and they had been instructed how to ask open-ended questions about their games, how not to take over and change the game, but to encourage their children to continue building it. And then they got to play the games together. So, in closing, the possibilities are endless with a supportive community. One of the other ways that we support one another is by creating supportive teams within the leadership. So this is a picture of our family literacy team, and I wanted to share another quote from one of our learners. She says, "I can say with certainty that this library has made an invaluable investment in the hearts of everyone in the community, thanks to the people who work there." So I'm looking forward to seeing you after this recorded part and be able to answer any of your questions.